Today we'll be covering the sixth chapter of the Punjab Economic Survey, which is human development. So basically, there are various initiatives. This chapter is very important from a subjective point of view. You will find lots of initiatives, lots of statistics that you can use in different subjective examinations and your answer writings. And certain trends also, or certain figures are also important from the objective point of view. But especially from subjective point of view, from governance initiatives point of view, or from social sector point of view, this chapter is quite important. So state initiatives by the state has started a YouTube channel called EduSat Punjab. This helps in education. State's mission of Sat Pratishat initiative indicates improvement in learning outcomes of the state, especially in government schools. Punjab also boasts as one of the lowest poverty rates in the country. One third of the population belongs to SC in Punjab. Punjab has the largest proportion of SCs and the total population across the country. In comparison to SCs across the country, SCs in Punjab have a much better performance on the human developmental indicators. Specifically, indicator of SDG 14 does not relate to Punjab. Please comment which is the SDG 14. SDGs are very good when mentioned in answer writings and when you mention it in certain exams and answers. Demographic statistics, certain statistics, life expectancy at birth in Punjab improved by over 2 years between 2010 to 14 and 14 to 18 from 71.6 to 72.7 years. Punjab has a much higher life expectancy than the national level. National trends, female life expectancy is 74.8 per years. It is higher than the male life expectancy at 71 years. The state has consistently performed better than the national levels. Punjab ranks 10th on IMR and 11th in under 5 mortality rate out of 28 states as per the estimates in National Family Health and Health Survey 2015 and 16. Punjab has further made significant progress in ensuring immunization of children in the state, which is essential for ensuring a healthy life for children and bringing down child mortality rates. Punjab and Kerala are joint toppers in this aspect. MMR in Punjab is 122 per lakh live births. Punjab's performance on providing antenatal care to expecting mothers fares much better. Punjab has the second highest proportion of new mothers that receive postnatal care, and it has the lowest average out of expenditure per delivery in public health services. So, for example, this can be mentioned in an answer, and then you can write down in the bracket Punjab Economic Survey 2020, 2022-21. So such statements always should be supported by what is the source. So such a source can be mentioned. Ayushman Bharat Sarbat Sehat Bima Yojana. The Sarbat Sehat Bima Yojana is a flagship state health insurance program to provide annual health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family to over 75% population of Punjab. Further, it is nearly 3 times the 14.86 lakh families which are being covered by Ayushman Bharat, the Government of India scheme. The Sarbat Sehat Bima Yojana provides both secondary and tertiary care treatment, unlike its predecessor, Bhudat Puran Singh Sehat Bima Yojana, which provided annual health cover of 50,000 per family for secondary care treatments only. The Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram is an initiative to add early identification, early intervention for children from birth to 18 years to cover 4Ds, the defects at birth, deficiencies, diseases, and developmental delays, including disability for 31 selected diseases. These 4Ds are related to Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram. The scheme for adolescent girls, earlier its name was Rajiv Gandhi Scheme for Empowerment of Adolescent Girls. This is a centrally sponsored scheme being implemented by the Ministry of Women and Child Development in 6 districts, namely Faridkot, Gurdaspur, Hoshiarpur, Jalandhar, Bhansa, and Patiala, and it has been reformulated by merging the Kishori Shakti Yojana and nutrition program for adolescent girls. Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. This scheme is also centrally sponsored in 60-40 ratio, and it is being implemented in 2 districts, Amritsar and Kapurthala, as a pilot project as Indira Gandhi Matratva Sahyog Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matratva Abhiyan. Under this scheme, free antenatal checkup is given to pregnant women on 9th of every month. And this is to ensure that every pregnant woman receives at least one antenatal care in her second and third trimester by a specialist. Basically, check. Poshan Abhiyan, it is the National Nutrition Mission. In order to address the malnutrition, Government of India has approved setting up of National Nutrition Mission and to roll it out in a phased manner to achieve improvement in nutritional status of children from 0 to 6 years, pregnant women and lactating mothers. Then we have Mukhyamantri Punjab Cancer Rahat Kosh. It is a cashless scheme under which the financial assistance of up to rupees 1.5 lakhs shall be provided for the treatment of each cancer patient. All those cancer patients who are resident of Punjab shall be eligible under the scheme. All these are schemes and you can mention them in different answers, or these may be asked in objective questions also. Further, Punjab ranks second on human resource development aspect of good governance index of Ministry of State. As per census of 2011, Punjab has a literacy rate of 75.84. As per the National Sample Survey, the literacy rate of Punjab has risen to 80%. This was 2011 statistic. This is 2014 statistic. But generally, if they're asking, they'll probably be asking 2011 statistic. They'll mention it specifically census. Then we have that there are further reports that now it is rising to 81.7%. The literacy rate for females in Punjab is 70.47%, and for females it is 64.7%. This is for males, and this is okay. Sorry, this is for females in Punjab, and this is for females at national level. Further, the gender gap has reduced to 9 percentage points. Males, it is at 86%, and females, it is at 77% in Punjab. Further, education in Punjab government also aims to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio and 100% net enrollment ratio in the education sector. The state has achieved the gross enrollment ratio target of 100% in primary education, and in upper primary it is close to the target. Further, in transition rate, Punjab majority of students progress to the next level of education in the state. In 2019 and 20, the transition rate stood at 102.81% for primary to upper primary level and 100.82% for upper primary to secondary level. Padho Punjab and Padhao Punjab has been extended to 9th and 10th classes, and thereafter to 11th and 12th classes. In the year 2020, pupil teacher ratio in Punjab was at 20 to 1 at primary level and 24 to 1 at the upper primary level. All these are just general information. They'll probably not be asked, but even in a very tough question, in an objective exam, it might be asked, but the probability is really less of something like this being asked. Almost 80% of primary schools in Punjab have a pupil to teacher ratio lower than 30:1, while only 5.4% schools have a PTR greater than 50. Bring One Each One enrollment drive in Punjab is being run as a special enrollment drive to motivate parents for admitting their children to government schools, which has resulted in an increase in the enrollment in the current year by 14.9%. Then we have Padho Punjab and Padhao Punjab. This is to improve the learning levels of students, particularly at primary stage of schooling. It is the flagship learning enhancement program in all government schools from class 1st to 8th to ensure age and class appropriate learning of students in a time-bound manner. The program focuses on enhancement of creativity of brilliant students and emphasis to strengthen their capabilities, and also puts stress on educating each child with the thrust on their understanding of concepts instead of merely learning, basically rote learning. And they're focusing on understanding based learning. Under this program, the students' learning is assessed and they are put into different groups as per their learning levels. Teachers have been trained to use activity-based teaching learning techniques to improve the learning levels, and the student learning levels have started improving through the learning enhancement program as discussed in the section learning outcomes as well in the survey. Then we have Mission Sat Pratishat. It is basically the state flagship learning program. It has been launched in all government schools from 1st to 12th to ensure age and class appropriate learning. They have welcomed life apart from focus on academic learning of children. The state of Punjab has initiated various programs like making school children aware of ill effects of drugs and how to be protected from incidents of sexual abuse. So these are really good initiatives. Further, we have IT intervention and e-governance initiatives. We have online school management system called e-Punjab School. We have e-Office for tracking diary or dark or file movements. We have GIS mapping of schools. We have unification of different portals. And we have mobile application for various things, biometric attendance systems, various softwares have been introduced for such initiatives. So all these initiatives have taken place as sort of an IT enhancement, good governance initiatives basically. There has been establishment of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Indian Institute of Management at national level. It is being set up at Kapurthala. The majority of Indian states fall in the aspirant category for SDG 5. Kerala and Sikkim are the only two states in former category, so Punjab is also an aspirant. To further curb the practice of female feticide, Bebe Nanki Ladli Beti Kalyan scheme has been implemented since 2011 and 12 to provide financial assistance to families so that the financial burden of raising the daughter is not a concern. Females, further, it is noted that females perform better than males in both outcomes and learning indicators in education attainment. Further, we have the Nirbhaya Fund for ensuring safety and security of women in the country. The Government of India has set up a dedicated fund called Nirbhaya. Under this scheme, proposals are being received from various departments and districts to run the project for safety and security of women in the state. Then we have Ujawala scheme. This is basically Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. It is launched. It was launched in 2015 with a target of replacing 77 crore incandescent lamps with LED bulbs. To nullify the high cost of LEDs that acted as a barrier previously in option of energy efficient systems, the scheme was implemented to set up phase-wise LED distribution across the nation to provide people with affordable LED bulbs and energy efficient appliances. Then we have Kasturba Gandhi Mahila Yojana. It covers all the women-headed households in the state with the objective of helping these families to gain easy access to all the schemes run by different departments. Mata Tripta Mahila Yojana, implemented as a program for empowerment of women-oriented families. It focuses on providing benefits to all eligible women under existing schemes that are being run by the government and to reach out to all needy women and girls in the state so that they can be provided better services, rights, and benefits such as healthcare, education, employment, service, and dignity. Then we have My Bhago Vidya Education Scheme, where free bicycles to girls students studying in class 9th to 12th are given. The state government has launched the My Bhago Vidya scheme during 2011 and 12 for girls in 9th to 12th. Further, Punjab, we've seen that the Punjab has one of the largest proportion of scheduled caste population in the country. It is nearly 31.9% of the total population. Pradhan Mantri Adarsh Gram Yojana, under this, a sum of 30,000 crore, 3,000 crore has been earmarked for providing basic minimum services like education, health, water supply, sanitation, and disposal of sludge water and upgradation of infrastructure facilities in SC concentrated villages. Punjab has the second lowest poverty estimate of all the states. Tell us which is the state with the lowest poverty estimates in the comments. There is a headcount ratio as per Tendulkar Committee of 2011 and 12, 8.26%. Punjab has the second lowest poverty estimates. Punjab further ranks 6th on the environmental aspect of good governance index. Thank you. So all these initiatives, you might not remember all of them, but it is good to mention these in answers to be able to, this helps you get more marks and to make your answer more meaningful and to show that you have an in-depth knowledge of different current affairs also and of the concepts that you're trying to explain also. Thank you.